Welcome to our next video lesson, engineering mechanics, and today topic is moment of inertia. So means in continuation. So we have solved several problems and calculation of moment of inertia uh, for different type of sections like a T section, I section, and channel section, as well as we have solved some of the problems on angle section in last class. Okay, angle section means the equal angle, unequal angle, right? So now let us solve some more problems on moment of inertia of the Z sections. Okay, so Z means in the shape of Z, like a Z. Okay, so how to find actually Z section is again it's a what is called unsymmetric about the both axis. Okay, so it is unsymmetrical about the both axis. X axis centroidal x as well as centroidal y axis is unsymmetric. Determine the moment of inertia of this section about the centroidal x and y axis. Reference axis for the location of centroid of individual section should be taken at on extreme left side and on bottom edge. Okay. So next, to determine the centroid, consider OY and OX as reference axis as shown in figure 29. Right. So first of all, for calculation of centroid moment of inertia, first what we need to calculate the what is we need to calculate the so we need to calculate the what centroids, right? So Z section is nothing but like this is Z section. Of course, Z means not like exactly Z like this. So it will be like this, not like this. It is like this. Okay, Z section means it is one member like this, and other one is like this, and it is like this. Okay, this is nothing but Z, just like a Z of your just like it is Z. Okay, so Z shape, right? So reference axis are these to locate the first is a moment of inertia, to calculate the moment of inertia. So we have to locate the centroid. So because this is a Z section is a unsymmetrical about the one of the unsymmetrical section. Okay, unsymmetrical about which axis? Both axis. Okay, right? If you take anywhere section along x-axis here, so it will be like this. Your shape is like this, and other shape is like this. So it cannot be symmetrical. If both are one side, it is just like a channel section that may be symmetrical. But in this case, it is one is this side, another one is this side. So it cannot be a symmetrical section. Okay. So like that, similarly about y-axis also, wherever y died, so it cannot be a symmetrical section again, right? So that's why we have to. It is an example for the unsymmetrical of both axes. For the sections which are unsymmetrical of both axes, we have to calculate the both x bar and y bar. Okay, so centroidal distance from any reference axis. So centroidal distance reference axis example, for example, Z section. Of course, we have solved some problems on Z section. So how to calculate centroid? So in the case of a centroid unit, now let us see again once again. So to calculate centroid for Z sections, so first we have to take the reference axis. So reference axis may be either for x bar reference shall be taken always on extreme left. Okay, extreme left, not like here or here or here. Okay, so better to click on extreme left so that entire portion. And similarly, uh, y bar, to calculate the y bar, so better take always bottom, right? So bottom portion, because if you calculate like this, it means this section, entire section will be falls under first like a coordinate system. If they say this is first quadrant, this is a second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant, isn't it? So if you take like this, so it is means that your Z section will be like this. Okay, so your Z section is like this. So it means that your entire Z section falling in the first quadrant. Okay, so that's why we are choosing the reference axis in such a way that an extreme left and extreme bottom. Okay, extreme left as well as extreme bottom, so that entire section will be on the first quadrant, and x and y values will be negative, positive only. Both are positive. Even of course, it doesn't mean that always we need to. This are not hard and fast rule to take only references like this, but only it facilitates some easiness. That's all, nothing else. Otherwise, if we take reference axis like this, so nobody can say that it is wrong. Okay, it's not like that. But his thing is that one part, some part of the on the right side, some part of the left side of your axis means if you are taking a right side part of the positive, left side part you have to take as a negative. Okay, negative x or negative y. Okay, like that. right? That's why it is preferable. Okay, it is only a preferable, convenient way. That's all. Only the easiness point of view, that is better to take like this. Okay, so otherwise, if you want to take like this also, you can nothing wrong in taking like that also, right? So now this is one thing, right? That is what here it is. Reference axis for location of centroid shall be taken on the bottom of what axis. Okay, next, once you are decided locate reference axis, then divide the section into different number of what is called sections, number of convenient sections, like a rectangles. Of course, it will be rectangles only, part 1, 2, 3, 3 part of rectangles, right? And similarly calculate x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, calculate the x bar and y bar. That is a routine process. The only thing is that where take the reference axis, nothing but little bit you have to be careful, that's all. Okay, so it is, if you take here, it will be some part easiness, that's all only thing. Okay, determine centroid, consider y axis reference axis shown in figure, right? So this is a z section given to you. So for this z section, you have to calculate the moment of inertia about centroidal x axis as well as centroidal y axis. That's what our given problem, right? So for that one, what you have to do, first you have to find out the centroids. Okay, because we are supposed to calculate the moment of inertia about centroidal axis. So until unless where the centroidal axis is there, so we cannot, until unless we don't locate the centroidal axis, so we cannot calculate the moment of inertia about that axis. So that's why it is better to first we have to locate the centroids, then we can calculate about centroidal axis. The first process is nothing but location of centroids. Let us see how to locate the centroids. What is that? What is the, just now previous slide we have discussed about the how where to take the uh, reference axis. So this is a reference axis. Okay, so this is a extreme left. So this is a extreme left and bottom. Okay, bottom of that section and extreme left of the section. So that's what we have taken. Okay, we are chosen, right? So if you take like this, it's nothing but where, so it is if you are taking section here, so it's nothing but now we calculate the divide the figures into 1, 2, 3, 3 parts, and reference axes are chosen. Now calculate the x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, right? So what is x1, x2, x3? So this is nothing but this is a reference axis. From this one, reference axis means up to x1 is nothing but centroid of the figure 1. Centroid of the figure 1 means where it lies, it lies between at the center, middle point. Midpoint means where 300 by 2 means 150 somewhere here. Okay, so from here to here, that is nothing but your x1. How much it is? How to calculate? This is up to here, it is 150. Okay, from here to here 150. But what about here to here? That we have to calculate from here. Okay, right? So from here to here, it means it is 150 plus how much? It is not 200. It is 150 plus 200 minus 30. 200 minus 30 means 200 minus 30 means 170. This is 170. This length is 170, and this dimension is 150. This dimension is 170 and this dimension is 150, right? So this is what the 2 got it, right? Now what is the total x? X1 is equal to how much? X1 is equal to from here to here means 150 plus 170. That's nothing but 320. X1 is equal to 320. So this is nothing but x1, right? Similarly, so this is x1. Next, similarly x2. X2 means this is centroidal x, sorry, y axis of the figure 2. Okay, sorry, not able to write it vertically. So please understand. So we cannot write straight lines with this one. Sometimes it may not be possible, right? So this is only x2 means from here to center of this one. So how to calculate this one? So from here to here already we all calculated as 170 from here to here. Okay, here to here it is already 170 we are calculated here. How we got this 170 means total up to here it is 200, means 200 minus 30, that will give the 170 up to this point. So up to 110 it's one already know it. Again from here to its centroid, means this is a rectangle again. So rectangle means half of the distance. Half of the distance is nothing but 30 by 2 means 15. So this is 15, and again this one is 170. 170 plus 15, 185. X2 is equal to 185. So this is nothing but x2. x3 equal to 185. Right? Now we got the x1 and x2. Similarly, let us calculate the x3. So x3 is nothing but somewhere midpoint here. So midpoint again, where the midpoint lies for this like rectangle, 200 by 2, not up to this point. See, we are divided this point up to this part up to here. So it means that you have to consider total entire distance, that is 200. So from here to here means it is 200. So it is nothing but 200 by 2. 200 by 2 is nothing but 100 mm. Right? 200 by 2 is nothing but 100 mm. So this is nothing but x3. So x3 equal to 100 mm. x3 equal to 100. That's all. So now we got the x1, x2, x3. x1 equal to 320, x2 equal to 185, x3 equal to 100 mm. Right? Once you know the x1, x2, x3, so of course a1, a2 it's easy to calculate. a1 is equal to 300 into 20, a2 is equal to 170 into 30, a3 is equal to 200 into 30. 200 into 30. It's very simple to calculate. Right? So this is how you have to calculate the x bar. Right? So x bar is equal to, so you can calculate a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3. Right? So it is like this, you have to calculate. Okay, that's all. Similarly, now let us see the how to calculate the y bar. So y bar calculation, what is the y bar? Y bar is equal to a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3. So a1 is a1, okay, a1 a2 a3. So already know it, 300 by 20, 170 by 30, and 200 by 330. So that's already over. Now let us see y1. So how to calculate the y1? So what is the reference axis? To calculate the y1, y2, y3, reference axis ox. Sorry, this is ox. Okay, so ox is the reference axis. From this reference axis, where the y1. So y1 means it is center from here to reference axis here, centroid is here. So this one, how much, what is the distance of this one? So this is distance is 20 by 2, that is nothing but 10. Because again the rectangle, centroid lies at midpoint, midpoint means 20 by 2, 10 mm. Similarly this one, so it is for this one, it is again rectangle where the centroid lies. So centroid lies half of the distance is nothing but 170 by 2. 170 by 2 is nothing but 185. So at a distance of 85. 80 from where? 85 from here to here. 85 from here to here. But we need from reference axis. Reference axis is nothing but here. So from here to here is 85 plus 20. So it's nothing but 105. So y2 is equal to 105. So y2 is equal to 105. Okay. So y2 is equal to 105. Similarly, y3. So y3 means centroid of this one. This is centroidal x-axis. So from here to up to reference axis. So this is nothing but from here to here. How can you calculate? So we can calculate plus 20 plus 170, 190, 190 plus 30 by 2. 190 plus 30 by 2 means 15. 190 plus 15 means 205. Okay, that we have one way of calculation is that. Otherwise, what is the total distance here to here? It is 20 plus 170, 170 plus 30, 210. Sorry, 220. 170 plus 30, 200. 200 plus 20, 220. 220 minus half of this distance. Half of distance is how much? 15. 220 minus 15, 205. Like this, however, you can calculate in both ways, whichever is convenient way. Okay, so this is nothing but y3. Right, now you got the x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. Now you calculate the y bar, x bar and y bar calculation. Very important. First step, x bar and y bar calculation. Now let us see x bar and this. So yeah, this is this centroid centroid of first figure, centroid of second figure, centroid of third figure, right? So from here to here it is x1, here to here it is x2, here to here is x3, and similarly here to here it is y1, yeah, here is y1, and here to it is centroid is y2, and here to it is centroid is y3, right? Now you got the x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. Dividing the lambda, and this is a procedure, of course. So same figure here, you can replicate it. Yeah, how to calculate the values? See, x1 is whatever we have calculated, that is nothing but 320 only. 170 plus 300 by 2. Okay, 170 is up to here. It is 150 by 2. That's what, sorry, 300 by 2. That's nothing but 320. And y1 is equal to 10 mm. Of course, from here it is y1 is equal to 10 mm. Similarly, rectangle 2, for the rectangle 2, size is 170 by 30. And x2 is equal to, how much it is? 170 by 2. 170 by 2. So which one is T? Something went wrong this one. 85. 85 plus this is wrong actually. These are some printing mistakes. So this is not 170 by 2 plus 20 by 2. Okay. This is 20, not 20 by 2. This is 170 by 2 plus 20. That's nothing but 180. 170 by 2 means nothing but again this is wrong, not 185. This is not 180. Okay. I'm sorry. Very much sorry. I'm very much sorry. So it is right. I'm not y bar. This is x bar. I related to confusion. That's why I'm very sorry. Right. So this is 170 means from here to here it is 170. Okay. So 170 plus 30 by 2, 185. Okay. So 170 plus 30 by 2 is 185. Similarly, y2. So y2 is equal to, so 20 plus y2 is equal to how much? 20 plus 170 by 2. That's what it is. Again, 85 plus 20, 105. That's what you get, 105 values here. Okay. So it is 105 value. This time that I will remove it. Yeah, you can see here. Okay. So it is 105. Okay. So third one. So A3 is equal to again 600 6000 mm square, 200 into 30. X3 is equal to 200 by 2, 100 mm. Y3 is equal to 200 minus 30 by 2. That's what it is, 205 mm. Okay. So if you substitute x bar is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3, and similarly, so y1 y bar is equal to y1 a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3. If you substitute, so we will get this x bar and y bar. Okay. Right. So you got the y bar and x bar values. Right. So x bar means 202.54 means from where it is 202 means up to it is 200 means from here beyond this point. Okay, 202.54, and similarly it is 106.75. This y bar is 106.75. Right. So 106.54 means, not 6 means somewhere it is half a distance. Okay. So almost out of 220, it is 106 means a little bit just below the upper, because area is here it is more, here it is lesser. So if you see the figure, there can be, you can draw one conclusion here. Okay. So it is, what is your what is say centroid definition? So it is a very simple way you can say that it is a point where area, entire total area is assumed to be act. Okay, that is nothing but your centroid definition, right? So it is, if you see this first plan, this top flange, of course, if you get that the rectangle 3. So what is the area? 200 into 30 means out of how much? 600, 6000. Sorry. Similarly, if you see the bottom one, again 300 into 20. 300 into 20 means again 6000, right? Again 6000 only. But thing is that this 6000 both areas are bottom, top and bottom flanges are same. But by seeing this one, you don't think that it is a, you will get the centroid at the middle point, because there is some overlap portion is there. Here it is 200 by 30 means out of this one, here it is some overlapping portion, here it is some overlapping portion is there. Still that overlapping portion also equal. Okay, it is means 30 by 20 means 60, again 30 by 30 means it is 90 here, not equal, of course. I'm sorry, here it is 30 by 30 90, here 30 by this portion is 30 by 20 60. So that overlap portion is little bit different. Okay, and moreover it's dimensions, that's why it is you will get not exactly equal to midpoint. Okay, so otherwise what is say, it is a 202.1. So actually what is the center total length, it is nothing but 200 plus 300, it's a minus 30. So it is nothing but 200 minus 30 means 170, 170 plus 300 470. Okay, it is only total length is 470, right? You are getting 202.54. 202.4 means still it is beyond this one. Okay, not towards this point, means it is here, it is more area is there compared to this side. That's why it is beyond this point poly. Okay, this flange is distributed over a large area in this side area. Okay. So you have to some, right? So okay, of course that is not not required for this problem, calculation of for this problem, just only for reference. Now let us calculate the moment of inertia. So how to calculate the moment of inertia? Applying parallel axis theorem, moment of inertia about centroidal x-axis is given by, so it is already know that formula using parallel axis theorem. Ixx is equal to summation of Ixx plus I into Ay bar square. And what is this one? 300 into 20 cube by 12. So think about moment of inertia of the first figure about its centroidal axis. Okay, moment of inertia of the first figure about its centroidal axis. So I may be forced to draw a figure here. Sometimes I can able to draw it very straight and the manner. Sometimes I could not. Okay, see this one. This is very worst case. Okay, so let me draw once again this one. Still I'm not. Okay, no issue. Leave it. Right. So this one is so x bar. This is y bar. X bar is 202. That one, and y bar is nothing but 106.75. So 106.75. 106.75 means somewhere here, central axis, somewhere here, and its distance is 106.75. Let us see how we got these figures. Okay, so this one is 20, right, and this one is again 30, and this one is 170. From here to here it is 170. Okay, so now let us see. First one figure is nothing but this is figure 1, this is 2, and this is 3, and this thickness is nothing but 30. This thickness is 30. Now let us see. Of course, this one is a 200, and this one is 300. This is 2, this is 3, figure 3. Okay, now let us see. So first figure, moment of inertia, the first figure about this is its centroidal axis, and this is centroidal x of the entire figure. Okay, so this is the entire figure, and let us say I will locate the y bar also, y also. So this is y centroidal y axis of the entire figure, Okay, so now let us see. So 300, I mean, first area is nothing but moment of inertia of the first figure about its centroidal axis is nothing but BD cube by 12. BD cube by 12 means B is nothing but 300, D is nothing but 20. BD 20 cube by 12. That's what it is. BD cube by 12. Okay. About its centroidal axis. That's all. Right. Next, coming to this one. So this is nothing but AH square area. Area means what is the area of the figure one? How much it is? 300 into 20. 6,000. Right. And H. Now let's see this one. H is nothing but, so from where to where? From each centroidal axis to the centroidal axis of the figure, entire figure. There is nothing but this one. This is the distance. How to calculate this one? Very simple. So from here to here already we know that is a 106.75. And if you know this one, we can calculate this one. How to calculate this one? This one is nothing but 20 by 2. Because it is centroid. Centroid lies at what distance? Half of distance. Half distance. Half distance means 20 by 2 means 10. So 10. Okay, 106.75 minus 10. That's what it is. 106.75. So this is 10. Okay, this small this one is nothing but 10. So 106.75 minus 10. That's what you will get this set. And similarly, so let us see this figure 2. This is about figure 1 about centroidal axis of the figure. Right, that's all it's about. Next, figure 2. Figure 2 is nothing but this one. So figure 2 centroidal axis, where it lies? It lies at a distance of middle point. Midpoint means what is the where midpoint? 170 by 2. 170 by 2 is nothing but 85. 85 from the here. Okay. So from here 85. What about here? 85 plus 20 is nothing but 105. From here it is 105. Right. But where the centroidal if this one lies? So this one lies in centroid at a distance 106.5, means it is not above, it is below. Our assumption is that the centroidal axis of the figure 2 lies below the centroidal axis of the structure. Okay, that's nothing but from this one. Okay, that's why it is 106.5 minus 105. That's what it is. So 106.5 minus 105. This small difference. This is very close to this one, but not coincide. That is nothing but 106.75 minus 105. How we got 105? 105 means centroidal distance xx, centroidal xx of the figure 2. Where it lies? It lies at a distance of, from here it is 170 by 2. 170 by 2 is nothing but how much? 170 by 2 is nothing but 85. From here it is 85. But if you want from the bottom, reference axis is here. From the bottom it is 105. Sorry, 20. 20 plus 85 is nothing but total 105. Okay. That's how you will get the moment of inertia of the figure 2 about its centroidal axis. Right. Similarly, figure 3. So for third figure, so third figure is this one. So third figure is this one is nothing but 200 into 30 cube by 12. Okay, 200 into 30 cube by 12. So it is 200 into 30 cube by BD cube by 12 at about its centroidal axis. That is nothing but this one. 200 into 30 cube by 12. Okay, so plus 6,000. So to 6,000 is nothing but 200 into 30 is nothing but 6,000 area. Right. Again, it's centroidal distance from where? From the between here to here. Okay. From here to here, how to calculate again? So from here to here, we have to calculate this distance. This distance calculate in any way, number of ways. So total from here to here already we are calculated, that is 205. That's nothing but this one minus 106.75. Like that we can do. Or if you want other way, so you can there is number of this. Okay. So in this one other way is nothing but how to calculate. So already from here to here, we have to calculate the distance as how to calculate. We can calculate from this here to here, centroidal distance. Total depth is 20 plus 170, 190, 190 plus 30, 220. Total depth is 220. 220 minus, sorry, 220 minus 106.5, 106.75. How much it is? 220 minus 106.75. 220 minus 106.75. So 220, 110 means 1, 1, 1. 113.25. 113.25. Right. So 113.25. This is up to top of this one. From here to here. Please. Right. So 113.25. Right. So 113.25. But what we want, we not up to top of this one. We want only up to center of this one. So that's why it is 113.25 minus 30 by 2. 113.25 30 by 2 means 15. 15 113.25 minus how much? It is just a minute, let me check the calculation. Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, Stephen, sir. Class nets, sir. Okay, 2 minutes ayinda jayana, sir. I got 10 minutes aithe ayipotha, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So you'll get 98.25. The distance is 98.25. What about this one? Let us see. 205 minus 106.75. You get the 98.25. So you will get 98.25. This distance has a 98.25. Either this way or this way. Whatever way you calculate, you will get 98.25. Right? So 98.25 is the this distance. So if you calculate that one, so now use your calculator and calculate all these things and find the Ixx value. So moment of inertia about the x-axis. Okay, like this you have to calculate the moment of inertia about the x-axis. So 127.029 into 10 to the power 6. So but thing is that only you have to be very careful about these values. Okay, so these values are, if you make a small mistake in this one, so there is a possibility that it may entire answer may go wrong. Okay, this answer may go wrong. Okay, so you have to be very much careful about this in calculating these values. So why it is y bar? That's why in the initial stages when dividing the area, so he has calculated x1, x2, x3, and y1, y2, y3. So where you can see this one, this is y bar is a standard. All these things he has put here my standard, and this is y1, this is y2, this is y3. Very simple. Like that also you can remember. Okay, nothing wrong in this one. But thing is that instead of using this blunt formulas, so bluntly about the formulas, if you remember the concept, that will be forever. Okay, so if you're given a different set of a different type of problem, so in that case there is a possibility that if you see remember like this, there is some confusion may be there. Okay, so instead of that one, if you remember the concept, it will be forever. Okay, now let us go to the next one. Moment of inertia about the y axis. So applying the parallel axis theorem, moment of inertia about a centroidal y axis given by, so Iyy is equal to this one already. Now let us a similar way, let us see this what is how to calculate these values. Right, so this one the figure. So now let us see what is what we need. So of course this is figure 1, this is figure 1. So this is a figure 1, this is a figure 2 up to this point, and this is figure 3. So figure 1, so this is a axis, y axis, so y axis, right? So we need what we need, so we need the, so this h. Okay, so how much it is, what is the our x bar value? So x bar value is 202.54. So it's nothing but 202.54. 202.54. This is y axis and x bar is nothing but 202.54. Okay. Now figure 1. So if you take here, so where its centroidal axis lies? So its centroidal axis lies at a distance of no, so I'm very sorry. So this is the 202 point, not here, from here to here. It is from here to here. I'm very sorry. So this is 202.4. From here to here, 202.54. So where its centroidal of your first figure, this is figure 1, where centroid lies at a distance of 150. Sorry, 150. Yeah, it is total 300. So this is 150. Right. So what we need this distance between the centroidal axis of the centroidal y axis of the figure 1 and centroidal y axis of the entire figure. This is centroidal y axis of the figure. Okay. So this one is right. Now if we calculate that one, how much it is? 202.54 minus 150. Okay. 202.54 minus 150. Right. That's how you will get that. So 320. We got the 320. Yeah, of course. From here to here, I have to take, not made a mistake here. I think sorry. This is 150 only. Of course, this is 150 only. And but from here to here, we need that is here to here is again how much it is? 170. 170. This is 170 here to here, and this one is 150. Total 320. So 320 minus 202.54. So if we calculate that one, so we'll get it. Otherwise, you can do one thing. 202.54 minus 170. If you make it, so you will get the distance from here to here. How much it is? 202, 170 minus 170 means it is 32.54. From here to here, it is 32.54. Right. So from here to it is from only here to up to centroidal y axis. This is nothing but your 32.54. Okay. So this is 32.54. Have you got it? So it's nothing but 202.54 minus 202.54 minus here to here it is already we know that it is 170. Okay, this is 170. If you see, if you add it total 170 plus 32.54 is 202.54. You say it. So 32.54 from here to here. If you want only from here to here, that here our x-axis here. From here to here means it is 150 minus 32.45. You can do like that also. If you calculate that one, how much you will get? Let us see. It is 150 minus 32.54. We get 117.46. 320 minus 202.54. 117.46. Okay, so like that also you can do. Ultimately, the distances, it's nothing but simple mathematics, plus and minus. You can do anyway. Okay, it's not so hard and fast rule that only use this rule or my rule. Okay, you can do anywhere. Now, but only thing is calculate the correct way. Okay, so this is he thinks that it is the easiest way. For him, it is maybe easiest way. For me, it is my easiest way is this one. Okay, for you, for listeners, who's calculating this one, there may be some other different way may be there. According to that, you do it. Okay, so but don't get confused about it. That is the only thing. Right. Okay, so that is nothing but for figure 1. Next, let us go to the figure 2. So moment of inertia of this is nothing but about centroidal y-axis is nothing but 20. So this is for this one, it's at the 170 the width and 30 is the depth. So 170 into 30 cube by 12 plus 5000 170 into 30, that is 5100 area, and it is this nothing but again. So it is from here to here. It is what is need? We need this distance. Okay, so this distance is how to calculate again. So very similar, 32.54 from here to here it is 32.54. So 32.54 minus 15, which ultimately you will get 17.54. Okay, 17.54. That's all you get. Here you see 17.54 you will get. If you do not 2.54 minus 181, then still you will get the 17.54. Okay, so like that you have to calculate this is nothing but 17.54. So this is nothing but how much it is? How much we got it? 117.46. nothing but 117.46. And similarly, let us see third one. So third one is 30 into 200 cube by 12. That is nothing but for this one, this will be width and this will be depth. Means it's a dv cube. Okay, 30 into 200 cube by 12 plus 670 is the area. Now let us see this one. So from where to where we need? From here to its centroid. Its centroid lies at a distance of what distance? From here it is 100. Okay, so here from here it is 100, but we need from here. Okay, so mean this distance we have to calculate. If you know, if you can able to calculate this one, it will be 100 plus that distance. What is that distance? That's nothing but 32.54 minus 30. It's nothing but 2.54. We will get it this as a 2.54. How to get done? Just I will remove it everything so that I will show you how to calculate this one. So everything gone. Everything gone. Okay. So it is done how to write very difficult. Okay, so leave it. Okay, so we'll get this is 202.54 minus 100 means 202.51 from here to here it is 202.54 minus this one is 100. Okay, this is a reference axis. From here to it is 100. So like that you will get a 202 point and that is nothing but 102.54. Some way you calculate. Okay, let's say we have to calculate the moment of inertia for this figure. Okay, so moment of inertia, sorry, not h for the figure 3. Right, now we got the moment of inertia for the all three as 1 2 3. Right, after this one it's nothing but just you substitute in calculate, use your calculator and calculate the moment of inertia of the y axis. Right, so in this one entire moment of your calculation, if you are using parallel axis theorem, you need to this one. And moreover some more thing, especially while calculating the IYY, so don't get confused with this. Here you have to use the, instead if you are whatever you are taking it as a p, in this case it is d. You have to reverse. Okay, interchanges. It is db cube by 12. Okay, here also it is db cube by 12. You have to use in respect of IYY. Right. Now let us see the built-up sections. What is the built-up sections? So rolled steel sections with added attachments like plank plates are called built-up section. Of course, we have already discussed in the centroid topic also. So rolled steel sections means it is standard I sections are there. I sections, channel section, T sections, angle sections, and tubes. So all these sections, some more sections are there. So all these sections are called rolled steel sections. Means they are available in ready-made. Okay, ready-made shapes, I shapes with standard dimensions. Okay, with standard thickness. So everything they are made in the factories with standard dimensions. Okay, so those are called rolled steel sections. If these rolled steel sections are sometimes if the loads are very heavier, so these sections alone may not be sufficient to take the loads. In that case, what we do is that, so in that case we add some additional plates and plates, or some sections, two or more sections are added, so to make it a bigger section. Okay, so that load carrying capacity will be increased. Okay, so for example, especially most common case is that a I section or two channel section are combined with a plates. Okay, that is one of the beams you are using. If that is a very standard common case. Okay, so where and two angle sections and four angle section made into a box type. Okay, that is also one of the common type. Okay, like this they are made grouped some different elements, different sections. Okay, not more than two sections. They are grouped together. Those are called a built-up sections. Okay, so these sections are type of section. I section are generally for beam section, angle section, another section, total depth in mm followed by weight and meter. Okay, so generally rolled steel section means that is are called built-up section. What is my rolled steel section? Generally rolled steel sections are generally it is mentioned with standard dimensions. While discussing our regular beams, we are discussed that rolled steel section I section, if you take, it will be referred as IS. Okay, Indian standard, and MB like this. MB is not common. Okay, medium beam, some HB means heavier beam, right? LB means light beams, WB means wide beam. So like this, there's some terminology. LB is there. So right, some terminology with up to this one, it is Indian standard. It is medium beam, heavy beam, light beam, wide beam. Like this, some beams are sections are I sections are there. And similarly, angle section we have already discussed Indian standard angle, that is ISA, and followed by, so let us say 120 into 100 into 20, let us say one type of section. So it is nothing but one angle 120, other angle 100, and the thickness is 20. Or similarly, if it is equal angle, both with these dimensions will be equal, that will be same. Okay, like this angle sections are referred, and it is and followed by their units. Generally it is followed with the some weight. What is the weight of this member? Okay, that will be measured. Okay, 300 Newton per meter, or 300 kg per, like that they will mention. Okay, so that because same it is followed by some ISMB 200, let us say, and it is again followed by some weight at the rate of, what is the weight, 20 Newton per mm square, for example. Not standard, this is, it is not exact well, 200 for 200 it is not exact well. Just for example, actually 20 Newton per meter means if you cut a per meter length, 1 meter length, it will weigh 20 newtons. That's what is saying. ISMB 200 is nothing but total height of your I section. Okay, if you take this is I section, so you're from the bottom of flange to the top of the flange, including thickness, that is nothing but this 200. That is nothing but total length in mm followed by weight per meter. This is nothing but weight per meter. For example, this Indian standard medium beam up to 55 mm. Okay. So properties of in rolled steel sections, they are given in the properties in the steel section, steel table. These are all these some standard steel tables are available in that one. For what is the different type of sections, I sections, channel section, angle section, channel, and tube sections, everything that will be in that one. All these properties are available. Not only this one, more than this, so many properties are required. So all these properties are available in that steel tables. Okay, area, width, thickness, position of centroid, moment of inertia of centroidal axis, attachments are added to strengthen the senior the section or to improve the section properties. Okay, right. So determination of moment of inertia of built-up sections, rolled steel sections as a whole taken as a single component. Okay, rolled steel sections for entire section, these moment of inertia are available in steel tables. Okay, we have to obtain from the steel tables, and those we cannot divide that one. Okay, this entire rolled steel section cannot be divided into parts. Okay, only some additional attachments like plates are added, means at the top and bottom. Then in that case, you have to take the add moment, calculate the moment of inertia by dividing the parts. Okay, and add to the these sections to the appropriate axis of reference. Then totally, then you will get the moment of inertia of the entire section. Okay, that we are going to discuss in the next class. Again, of course, next class again we are going to discuss about the. I will explain some more things about it in built-up section in the next class. Okay, right. Thank you.